Hi, this is Nicole, and today we're going to talk about why you can't draw. So, when I start teaching new students about drawing, a lot of them tell me they can't draw, and they're very stressed out and worried about drawing anything realistic, particularly when we draw from life, or what's also called drawing from observation. You draw something that's three-dimensional in front of you and you try to put it on paper in two-dimensional form. So we're going to do a little exercise to kind of get my point across as to why you might think you can't draw. However, I feel everyone can. It's kind of a mind shift. So do this with me. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, marker, pencil, whatever, and I want you to draw on this piece of paper. I'm going to do it with you. Draw on this paper the first thing that comes to mind and how you see it in your head when I say this word. Draw a tree. Draw the sun. Draw a house. And some of you might be saying, whoa, this is not enough time for me to draw the house and the sun and the tree I see in my head. Well, then you're already a little step ahead and thinking a little bit more like an artist. And last thing, let's add a flower somewhere in that scene. Okay, now I'm going to reveal my drawing to you, and I want you to look at your drawing and let me know in the comments if I was pretty spot on in what we were thinking together. So, these are not realistic looking versions of the objects I told you about, but they are your schematic version. So when we were really young, we're taught how to quickly identify objects with words, with our language that we speak. And so as I'm a mother of three pretty young kids still, I have a lot of these books where I read through with my children and say, this is a sun, this is a tree, a broccoli tree. Not all trees look like broccoli, right? But we have this imagery, we call it schematic imagery, in our brains from such a tiny age that when we get older and we want to draw better, we want to draw more realistically, it's really hard because these images are ingrained in your brain in correspondence with the words or the objects that you're trying to portray. So getting past this is the trick. The trick to getting past that, so if you drew if you did a lot of this very schematic imagery, there's nothing wrong with you, it's totally normal. But to move past that, you have to be an observer. You have to really look at what you're drawing, so you're seeing with your eyes, not thinking with your brain. A lot of my students will try to draw a tree, right? And they'll draw it without looking at a tree. They'll just tell me they already know what it looks like, and they'll sit down and draw it, and then they're upset when it looks like a piece of broccoli. And I say, you have to really look and see. You have to look at the tree specifically. Is it an old tall tree? Is it a short new young tree? Is it an evergreen? Is it an apple tree? They all have varying characteristics, and that means detail. You have to be observant to detail. So everyone can draw, I promise you that, but it's a mind shift, and you have to become an observer of what's really in front of you. Draw what you see, not what you think you see. That's the key. So let's give it some practice. I have some exercises that I'm going to share with you that will help you with training your brain to draw what you see, not what you think you see, as well as some hand-eye coordination, which is also another big part of being able to draw from observation or from real life. So check the links below for those videos, and we'll see you again soon.